In this episode of the Dr. Clay Show, I'm going to tell you a little bit about a new supplement that I'm taking called Rhodiola. And I'm also going to show you a little clip of my absolute favorite performance on The Voice. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, and welcome to another episode of the Dr. Clay Show. And I wanted to first of all, let me share with you one of my guilty habits. I'm almost afraid to admit to my fitness friends that I watch TV, period, because I think in an ideal world, I would maximize every moment of my waking life by doing something other than watching TV. But there are, in fact, some educational things on TV, but let me just get to the point. That's not what I'm talking about. One of my guilty vices is watching The Voice, the music show where they pick people, initially based on their voice. And you can't see them. And CeeLo Green, Blake Shelton, Christina Aguilera, and Adam, whatever Adam's last name is, Maroon 5, Adam. I think, yeah, Maroon 5. Anyway, so I've grown to really like this show. My mom got me into it, and so this is the first season that I've watched the whole season. Anyway, I think this is the first time I watched it, period. Anyway, I am really digging this show. It's currently my favorite show on TV. Well, tonight, by the way, is the last episode. They picked the winner tonight. And one of my favorites, and he's grown to be my single favorite over the course of the show, is Nicholas. I call him Jesus. I'm kind of basing that nickname on something Blake Shelton said earlier in the season about him looking like Jesus and so on. But he's also got that peaceful demeanor, which I imagine Jesus had as well. So anyway, Jesus, aka Nicholas, he has become my favorite performer, favorite contestant on The Voice. Anyway, he's so groovy, man. He's like just a soulful dude. And then you see him and you're like, wow, it's a white dude. It's a white dude with a cool, soulful, deep, rich voice. Anyway, just to me, listening to him, it just leaves you in a good mood. No matter what kind of mood you were in before, you listen to Nicholas, and man, you can't help but smile. So anyway, let me show you of all the performances this year, the one last night where Nicholas performed with CeeLo on the show is my absolute favorite one of the year. So let's check it out. Is that cool or what? Man, that's some dope stuff. All right, so anyway, this funky white boy needs to get on and do a little cardio. The sun's dropping here in Northern California, and I need to do a little cardio before the sun sets. But I want to tell you about a new supplement that I'm taking called Rhodiola. Anyway, so Rhodiola is I've never taken it before. Well, actually, admittedly, I took it one time just for a few weeks before a contest. And sometimes before a contest, it's hard to see what's doing what. So anyway, I'm recently adding Rhodiola back into my supplement regime, and I'm excited about it. I have to admit, I ordered the supplement, and I knew that it was an adaptogen, which an adaptogen basically means it's a botanical or plant compound that helps our body adapt to stress, but without manipulating our hormone levels. So it's non-hormonal, but it's an adaptogen. And again, just think of that as helping your body adapt, especially to stress. And anyway, so after I got this in, and I'm taking the biotest version of Rhodiola, super extract they call it. It's not a regular extract, it's a super extract. All right, so anyway, I decided to, as I was going to take my first dose, I thought I need to look up the bioavailability of it with or without food to see if it's absorbed better either way. And honestly, I haven't finished that research, so I'll refrain from commenting on that. But what I did find was actually that I'm far more excited about taking this than I initially was after I, stumbled across some research on this. So I want to go over the high points of it with you and tell you kind of why I'm so excited about it. And it's as one of the sources that I read said, it essentially helps us to adapt to what they call 21st century stress. And I like that explanation or that phrase, 21st century stress, meaning not only physical stress but also mental stress, because we tend to be, especially in America, we tend to be, or the U.S., North America, we tend to North America south of the Canadian-U.S. border. Anyway, those of us in the U.S., we tend to be so uptight and always, just worrying about this or that. And we tend to be so busy and so on. Well, Rhodiola, it seems, and let me just kind of synopsize the research, it is very effective based on preliminary research. More research needs to be done, no doubt about it. And sadly, not enough research is done on nutritional supplements because of the lack of money involved. If it's a pharmaceutical companies can sell it for $7 a pill and people will buy it. But with nutritional supplements, because there's not enough money in it, and you're more likely to sell something for 7 cents a pill, it is, it's just not as much research on these things. But anyway, the research that I came across points to the fact that not only is Rhodiola good for physical stress, but it helps to boost immune function. And I thought that's really really neat. So it's very directly. We had a technical failure there. The memory card on my video camera got full all of a sudden. I'm talking away, and anyway, you were gone. So it helps you adapt to 21st century stress very directly by boosting immune function, but also it helps psychologically by relieving mild to moderate depression. And that's something I would not have thought of from Rhodiola. That's something that I had never come across. Again, I had only very just skimmed the surface of any Rhodiola research. So anyway, it's quite exciting in that it helps us to adapt to the stress. Like, for example, when we tend to be angst and tend to be mentally stressed, as well as physically stressed, our cortisol levels tend to go up. And Rhodiola appears to help modulate the effects of that. And just other types of stress that in these studies they have induced. For example, they put these poor little rats, and they have this thing called a swim to exhaustion test, where they put these little rats in a tank of water and see how long they can swim until they poop out. So it's them having to swim for their life, literally. Talk about a way to measure stress. Man, I'd be stressed too if you put me in a tank of water and see how long I swim to poop out. Anyway, Rhodiola increased the time that they could go before they were exhausted. So anyway, it is not only a good physical adaptogen in helping our body physically adapt to high cortisol levels and just high levels of mental stress, but also mentally in terms of depression as well. So it's really, to me, it's an exciting supplement, and it's something that I'm excited to experiment with and to see if I can, noticeably and kind of tangibly feel the effects. So anyway, I will keep you posted on that, and if I don't hesitate to in a few weeks, remind me about it. So Anyway, and speaking of remind me, I want to point out, because normally I would say you remind me by going to drclay.com and go to the contact box, which is normally in the upper right hand corner of my website. But my website is down, so I just wanted to give you that quick note to let you know that, in fact, all of my websites are down. You probably don't know about all of my websites. In fact, I'm sure you don't, because I haven't told the public about some of them. I've got some cool stuff in the works. But anyway, currently my websites are down. I apologize for that sincerely. So feel free to message me down below here at YouTube if you're watching this on YouTube. Or even better, because to be honest, I'm not that good, and I don't make it a point to be. I'm not that good at checking my messages on YouTube that often. I'm sorry, but I'm just one person. I can only do so much. So that's kind of sadly, lower on my priority list. But my email and Facebook. So the best place for now, and in general, it's a great place to get in touch with me anyway. Swing by facebook.com/Dr. Clay Height. This is that simple. To go there, and that is my Facebook page, you call it, and like it so that you can, click the like button. I'm not forcing, that opinion on you. I'm not saying you better like my Facebook page. No, what I'm saying is, click the like button, and then you can interact on there. And I do some. In fact, yesterday I did a live Q&A chat kind of thing where you can ask questions and I answer them. It's just something I sincerely enjoy helping people in this regard. That's why I do what I do for a living. And anyway, it's a great way for me for us to interact, basically. So swing by my Facebook page and hit me up, as the kids say these days. All right, like I said, this funky white boy's got to do some cardio, so